What if the buyer for your home wasn't even in your city? What if they weren't even in your state? What if the person willing to pay the most for your property was sitting in Dubai, Toronto, or Mexico City, or some other state? Here's the reality most homeowners don't realize. Luxury real estate is no longer local. It's global. And the agents who understand that are the ones helping their clients achieve record-breaking prices. Hi, my name is Michael LaFido, and over the past few years, I've been fortunate enough to break 8 different record sale prices throughout Chicagoland, from the North Shore to the western suburbs to the south suburbs, even multi-million-dollar sales in the city. In fact, we still hold the highest sale price ever recorded in 2 counties. But here's something important most people don't realize. Those results don't just happen because we followed a traditional real estate playbook. They happen because we think differently. Because in the luxury market, the best opportunities often come from outside of your local market. That's why when I get the opportunity to attend a national or global luxury real estate conference, I jump right at it. In fact, I just had the opportunity to keynote the Global Luxury Forum, which was in Dallas, and I can tell you something fascinating that happens when you get luxury agents from around the world in one room. You hear strategies, what's actually working today, not just ideas, but marketing techniques and negotiating approaches. Those types of secrets aren't being shared simply by going to local market events, and that's a huge advantage we bring to our clients. Why global matters? You see, luxury buyers behave differently. Many of them have multiple homes, they travel frequently, they have many businesses in different cities or even different countries, which means the buyer for your luxury property in Chicagoland might actually come from outside of our state. They could come from New York, California, Texas, or even overseas. And if the agent marketing the home is only thinking locally, or worse off, they're relying on their broker to provide outside coverage, they're missing a huge part of the buyer pool. Learning from the other markets and top agents is one of the biggest benefits I get from attending these conferences, not just locally, but more importantly, outside of Illinois. I've had the opportunity to speak and train agents around the world as well, from Dubai to Canada to Mexico, and most recently, Punta Mita in Mexico, where I taught my luxury designation class. And we were actually highlighted in their local newspaper to help raise the bar for their local agents. But here's what's interesting. When agents from different countries get together, they're often more open about sharing what's really working, what marketing strategies are producing results, what's no longer effective, as well as what technologies or what's working in AI today. And when I bring those insights back home to my buyers and my sellers, they benefit because we're consistently evolving our marketing strategies. Outside the box marketing, let me give you an example. Back in August of 2014, we produced something that was uncommon at the time. It was a cinematic lifestyle film for a $4.5 million Barrington Hills estate. Now today, lifestyle videos are more common, but back then we were the first to do it in the Midwest. We brought in exotic cars, we hired actors, we had 2 professional film crews, and I even hired a horse for $900 to help tell the story of the property. Why? Because luxury real estate isn't just about square footage. It's about lifestyle. It's about emotion. It's about safety. It's about helping a buyer picture themselves living there. And that mindset, thinking like a marketer, not just like a real estate agent, is something we continue to push the envelope and push forward today. Since then, we continue to raise the bar, from digital marketing to video marketing to target online campaigns, and even becoming the first certified crypto agent in our market. Not because every buyer uses cryptocurrencies, but because being educated and prepared for new opportunities matters in the luxury space, not just for me, but more importantly, my clients. Questions sellers should be asking. So if you're thinking about selling your home, I encourage you to ask some important questions when choosing an agent. Not just about their production numbers, although that's certainly important, but also ask questions like, what does their network look like? What relations have they built with business leaders locally, luxury agents locally and outside the area, and affluent communities both locally and globally? What is their philosophy on attending national and global luxury conferences? Are they consistently and constantly learning, constantly bringing new strategies to this market? And if so, ask for examples. Or are they doing the same thing that everybody else did, or the same thing they learned 20 years ago? Einstein defines that as insanity. I like to use a doctor example. If I had a serious medical issue, I would not want a doctor using the same strategies and techniques he learned or she learned 20 years ago. I'd want someone who is connected to the latest research, using best technology available, collaborating with other top agents locally as well as outside the country, and consistently learning new approaches, whether they be conventional or unconventional, because the best outcomes usually come from the best knowledge and the best network. Luxury real estate works the same way. And that's exactly how we've been fortunate enough to break records throughout Chicagoland. Thinking outside the box, building global relationships, and approaching every prospect with the mindset of a strategic marketer, not just a traditional inside-the-box agent. Now, before you go, let me share something important with you. Hire the best doctor that thinks inside and outside the box, that has the best experience, as well as hiring the best agent. We've been very fortunate to break 5 records over the past year, and that doesn't happen because of fake awards, or I'm trying to be a wannabe influencer, or a news reporter by going around town and telling everybody about the latest gossip or the restaurants that open. We actually do some of that stuff, but we focus on what are best strategies to get my clients top dollars when selling and when buying, get those off-market properties that nobody else has heard that's coming on the market. So if you're thinking about buying a home, we actually have access to several off-market opportunities in multiple communities right now. In fact, we recently helped a buyer who lost out on several homes with another agent. A property came on the market on Tuesday. Showings were not even scheduled until Friday, but because of our connections and our outside-the-box thinking, we were able to get our client inside the home, and more importantly, an accepted offer before they open it up to anybody else. So if you'd like to hear how that strategy works, just send me a private message. And if you're curious to see what your home is really worth today, not what those online websites say, or if you're considering selling in the next 3 months, 6 months, or even later this year, reach out. There's a good chance we already have a qualified buyer looking in your area. Reach out anytime. There's no obligation, no pressure, just a conversation about your options. Because in today's market, luxury real estate isn't just about who you know locally. It's about who's connected globally. So while that girlfriend or buddy that you golf with or play pickleball with is nice and you want to give them business, this is a business decision. Hire the best marketer who has the best network. And that's exactly how we help our clients set the bar for top dollar when selling or find off-market properties when buying. Again, my name is Michael LaFido. Reach out if you have any questions, or if you're thinking of selling and you want a second opinion, contact us. Remember, it's not the market, it's the marketing. Take care.